What's up, you guys? It's Gage from ARG. We're going to be talking about Frightfur March as well as Frightfur Sabre Tiger, two Frightfur, obviously, support cards coming out pretty soon. I actually don't know what's set. Let's kick it off with Frightfur Sabre Tiger. It is a level 8 Dark Fusion effect monster. It requires one Frightfur Fusion monster plus one or more Fluffle or Edge Imp monsters. And when this card is fusion summoned, you can target one Frightfur monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Second effect is all Frightfur monsters you control gain 400 attack. And third effect is this card that was fusion summoned by using 3 or more monsters cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. So talking about Frightfur Sabre Tiger alone and just itself, summoning it is kind of difficult. If you want to use polymerization, you have to use a fusion monster as well as one or more Fluffle monsters, Fluffle or Edge Imp. And that's kind of a lot, because if we look at a Frightfur monster, you're already using 2 resources to make that. You're using the Edge Imp as well as the Fluffle monster. That's 2 monsters. And then to summon this thing, you want to use 1 or 2 Fluffle monsters. 2 if you want to get its secondary effect where it's not destroyed by battle or card effects. But if you use 1, that's already 3 resources, and if you use 2, that's 4 resources. That's a lot. So ideally, I see you summoning this card off a Frightfur fusion. You know, if you have a Frightfur monster chilling in the graveyard that died a while back, and then you have, of course, 2 or more Fluffle monsters in your graveyard, you know, if you kept your graveyard clean enough, you should be able to banish the Frightfur, banish the Fluffles, special summon this thing, and then special summon another Frightfur monster you have chilling in your graveyard to get that value out of it, because you do the 1-for-1 with the Frightfur fusion, and then you get a free plus off of the other Frightfur monster you bring back. So summoning this thing off of polymerization is not really ideal. Summoning this thing off of Frightfur fusion, definitely ideal. Now, its 400 attack plus effect to all Fluffle monsters, Frightfur monsters actually, is actually really good. It makes this thing 24 alone. This is also pretty cool because whatever you decide to special summon off of it also gains the 400 attack. It makes things really, really big and really difficult to get around. Also paired with Frightfur Tiger coming out in the Shonen Jump magazine, you're going to be able to get a 700 attack boost to all Fluffle and Frightfur monsters you control. That's massive. My only real issue with this card is if you special summon a Frightfur Tiger or a Frightfur Wolf, you're not going to be able to attack additional times with Wolf or blow up monsters with Tiger because you didn't banish for them, you just special summon it. That's really my only issue with it. Other than that, I think this card's really good for aggressive pushes and everything. But let's look at a card that can bring this out even easier, Frightfur March. Frightfur March, it is a counter trap card, and when your opponent activates a monster effect, spell or trap effect that targets a Frightfur monster you control, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. Then you can send one of the targeted Frightfur monsters to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon one level 8 or higher Frightfur fusion monster from your extra deck, but banish it during your next end phase. The special summon is treated as a fusion summon. This card is amazing in my opinion. When your opponent targets one of your Frightfur monsters, you essentially just tag it out and special summon an even bigger behemoth. Let's talk about Frightfur Sabre Tiger with that, because then you just special summon one of your other Frightfur monsters in your graveyard, the one you tagged out, and you just get that free value off of it, because it's treated as a fusion summon, so you're able to activate the Frightfur Sabre Tiger effect. Now, Frightfur Sabre Tiger isn't the only monster able to special summon off this thing. You're also able to get that Frightfur Chimera, which requires like 3 Frightfur monsters, which is massive. A lot more difficult to summon than Sabre Tiger. But that is also a target for Frightfur March. You're able to special summon the Chimera, and then you're pretty much able to attack freely into any board and just snatch up some monsters, which is pretty neat. I think it really depends on the state of game as to which one is better to special summon at the moment, but just being able to special summon these level 8 or higher behemoths from the extra deck for essentially free is amazing. So Frightfur March is a really flexible negation card that also nets you some pretty nutty advantage, and Frightfur Sabre Tiger is a card that really combos off well with it and also applies all your Frightfur monsters with that 400 attack boost to really push in some damage for game. ARG stands for a rambling gnome, and it also conveniently stands for Alter Reality Games. If you guys want to buy or sell product, 1 to 10 high-level events, and if you want to read articles from the top of players, alterrealitygames.com is your place to go check out. Be sure to like our Facebook fan page and subscribe to our Twitch stream if you haven't already. But as always, I thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys next time. Gage from ARG, signing out.